Let's go here. You're on the air. Good morning. Speaking wind and buckets below the nose with you.
Good morning.
Hi, where are you?
I'm Galana. I'm in Boston.
Boston. All right.
And I don't get you anymore, so I'm catching you out of Fort Wayne or Philadelphia or something.
Yep, one of the long-distance boomers.
I just got to tell you, it was 2 days ago, it was 76 degrees here.
I heard that.
And it is 32 degrees now.
Is it?
Yes. But speaking wind.
Yes.
Will you marry me?
Oh, thank you. That is so sweet.
Well, you know.
But your winter is not going to be that cold. The coldest part of the winter will be on the west coast in the southern section.
Okay.
That will be the real hard, and also the southwest.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome,
You're welcome.
and take care. Well, that's the first proposal I think I've heard across these airwaves on my show. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Speaking Wind. Hello.
Hi, Speaking Wind and Bucket Nose. Furry Mama from San Diego.
Yes.
It is such a holy night tonight, and you did it again, Art. You are getting so close to the real thing. I mean, you're actually it. But in the meantime, I just wanted to get through to say hi to both of you. And it's a beautiful night, and it's full of love in the air, and thanks for putting it there.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. I hope we did put some there. Heavens knows it can use it. First-time caller line, you're on the air with Speaking Wind. Hi.
Hey, Art Bell, this is Dewey from Dallas.
Dewey from Dallas. Yes, sir.
So many things I'd like to say. One question.
Sure.
Speaking Wind, what say you of Yeshua Mashiach?
I can barely hear you.
What say you of Yeshua Mashiach?
Joshua.
Mashiach.
I don't know.
Lord help you.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's a Bible thump for you there, and
I couldn't hardly
you couldn't
make it
hear him.
out.
All right. Well, Lord help us all. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Speaking Wind. Hello.
Hello, Art. This is Art in Arvada, Colorado.
Yes, sir.
I had a question. I have belief that I'm from the very contrary tribe. I'm learning about that now. My second son is contrary in his learning. My first son is the mad scientist.
I'm not sure what you mean by contrary in his learning. What do you mean?
There were backward tribes who actually learned everything backwards, I guess, is my simple way of putting that. I had always heard my great-grandfather rather than my grandfather in my teachings or learnings. And I learned things usually backwards. I was thinking about, in a sense, with Art's, with nose buckets cold, you know, part of that is the anger, and the other part is that if the harp changed the emotions of the people, you know, recently, then it would make sense he's angry. I don't know. I know I come from a backwards way most of the time. I heard.
Well, you said that you learn things backwards all the way. I'm not exactly sure how to respond to that. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yes, you're referring to a contrary.
Yeah.
And don't think anything of it. Contraries are very important because they allow us to listen and see the mirror in our life in them. Living and being close to them is always difficult from a standpoint of the contrariness. They tend to make fun of things in very abstract ways, but when it's seen, when it's gleaned through correctly, they make a lot of sense. So don't give up on yourself.
Okay.
I mean, this is a good thing.
All right. First time caller line. You're on the air with Speaking Wind. Not a lot of time left. Hello.
Yes, my name is Diana. I'm calling.
Oh,
for-
Diane, I can barely hear you. Yell at us.
Okay, I'm calling from Tacoma, Washington.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question. First of all, I just recently started listening to your program, and I would like to know if you could briefly explain harp. And then for speaking wind, I have a question. He mentioned his manuscript and the address, but there was not a price mentioned on that.
Good point.
Was there
Oh,
a
they
fee?
were supposed to be.
How much is it?
The manuscripts are $75
Okay, each or
each. Yes.
okay for each
Yes.
one.
When the books come out, the manuscripts will stop, and the books, I assure you, will not be $75. They'll be about $18.50.
Okay. Also about the anger topic that you were talking about.
Yes.
Okay. When your caller Kathy called,
Yes.
okay, it was kind of irritating the thought that I have been on the phone for about 3 hours trying to call you, and here she's been talking to you several times, and yet she's using that first-time caller line.
You know what? No, I think, was she on the first time caller line?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Then I screwed up. I shouldn't
And
have,
you know, I
let
thought,
her on
well,
if she
this
was on that.
is kind of right up there with traffic offenders on the freeway that don't read the signs.
No, you're right. I should have blown her up, but I didn't somehow. I'm not all there tonight, so you'll have to forgive me. Kathy knows better.
Yeah. If I may, for speaking wind, about the dreams, since you seem to be really in tune to those.
Uh-huh.
I had a dream once where it was kind of almost like real. It was where I was living. And I went out into the yard, and the sky turned crimson red, but it only went like halfway. There was an actual dividing line. And then the sky faded back. Would that be any kind of have any kind of meaning to you or definition as far as where we were at in the future sense?
I do believe so. During the time that you were having that dream, chances are very high that you were caught in a dichotomy. One side of you, on whatever issues you were working with at the time, was saying, no, be subtle in your life, be the quiet one, and the other side was, I need to attract attention, I need to do something that will get me noticed. And because of the familiarity of the house, and what did you say was half?
I was very young. I was, like 15 at the time. But it kind of bothered me because I felt almost like it was a warning that our time was like half over with. That's
Half
the meaning
over
I
with?
got from.
You were saying half the sky is red, correct?
Right. It
Oh,
came
okay.
from the horizon, went up. There was like a halfway line right across the top of the sky.
Okay, half of the
Turned-
sky was red, and the other half of the
Crimson
sky?
red. It was blue.
Blue.
And then it faded back to all blue.
Okay, one of the things that the dream was sharing with you is to keep remembering, keep this in your conscious, cognitive mind, that as you walk through life, and you're very fortunate to have received this at such a young age, that life is split in two parts. The red is symbolic of the physical part because we have red blood going through our veins, and the blue is symbolic of the spiritual part. So keep the two in balance. Apparently, you have the ability of being very intuitive and are able to glean through situations rather easily. And you're also able to tune into people's thoughts and to look behind their words in relationship to the meaning that they have versus the words that they speak to you. And it was just a reminder to keep your balance, keep your spiritual balance with your physical balance, because it'd be real easy to go overboard on either side.
All right. Speaking wind and nose buckets are out of time. Show seems to be ending. We're going to have to go. It has been such a pleasure to have you on here tonight. Thank you for doing so much of the work, and we will certainly have you back again, my friend.
Thank you, Art. And I'll tell you one thing. I hold you in a very high place, even before I talk to you.
Thank you very much, and get some sleep.
Thank you, Art. And you will get, can I get a tape of the show?
Of course you can. I'll arrange it. Good night, my friend.
Good night, Art.
Good night, all.